Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of TBR. And I'm George Binns. And we're continuing with the series of discussions with women of WOAMTEC, women on a mission to earn commission. And we have a returning guest, Leah Hill. Welcome, Leah.
Hi, George. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, the last time you were here, you were talking about your career as an intuitive medium and energy healing. Mm-hmm. And I guess you're going to sort of expand that into the Apollo.
Yes.
And that's your new wellness retreat center and horse farm. So that's the project in process, and I guess we were telling me it's soon, like.
I'm hoping this summer, if all goes well, it'll be this summer. That will be the grand opening or the debut of Apollo Sunrise Center, which is a holistic health, wellness, and spiritual retreat center. And like you mentioned, a little extra special because it's also a working horse farm.
Okay.
So we'll be offering things like horseback riding and equine therapy, in addition to all kinds of other classes, workshops, and retreats.
Okay, what's equine therapy?
Equine therapy is the use of horses in therapy to help people as a therapy, like it's a clinical therapy where a certified instructor leads the client or the patient working with a horse on the ground. It doesn't involve horseback riding, but actually interacts with the horse and helps the person heal because the horse responds and reacts to the person's emotions. So it's quite interesting, and it's actually some health insurance actually covered the equine therapy as well. Yeah, it's really interesting.
I've never heard of that one. That's the horse. It's like having it's the old joke about if you want a friend in Washington D.C., get a dog.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you want a therapist, you get a horse.
It's amazing how healing horses can be. It's just their energy, and they actually mirror us humans very quickly, instantly, which all animals will do, but a horse is a little different. It's a little bit more of, I would say, maybe an older, wiser soul that can see what's going on emotionally with the human and be able to interact in a way that's actually reflected back to the human and allows them to heal and brings self-awareness too.
Well, really, that really gets into, I guess, the whole idea that way back when we were all Neanderthals or Denisovians or something equivalent, made friends with the wolves and developed into all sorts of dogs that have gotten bred and interact with people.
Right.
And cats, the same thing, and a lot of domestic animals along the same way. So since horses were mainly useful workers rather than lunch, that I guess I can see that they would develop a relationship that...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They become great companions, long-time companions of people. Yeah, really.
So how does that work into the horse riding?
So the horseback riding would be different. That would be offered for people who want to learn horseback riding, but the equine therapy itself, you don't ride the horse. You're interacting with the horse.
So those are
in the
totally
ring.
separate?
Separate things, but both will be offered at Apollo Sunrise Center, right?
So what else can you get at the Apollo Center?
So what we're going to do is have offer classes, workshops, and retreats on a whole variety of topics, from instructors and retreat leaders and coaches and facilitators from all around Massachusetts and also from other parts of New England as well, who will come and offer to teach classes or lead groups on things like yoga therapy, meditation, mindfulness, healthy living, self-care, things like healing from trauma, things like exploring creativity, writing, creative writing, and art, and a whole variety of topics, healthy movement, and also things like sound healing, with the crystal bowls, and beautiful relaxation as well as learning, too.
So what would this be, a 1 week, 2 week, a month program, or?
So the classes will be offered in all different times. So you might come for a day and be able to take, a yoga class in the morning and then maybe do a meditation class or a different offering in the afternoon. So you can spend your day there. You could spend half a day there. You can enjoy, spending time with horses or nature or connecting with other people, which is really at the core of it what this is about.
Could you stay for a week, though? Or
No, it's not an overnight facility.
Not an
It's
overnight.
just day retreats only.
Day retreats only.
Yes.
So you're limited, I guess, to the kind of range that you can service with a day only kind of program.
Yeah, and there are hotels in the area too of where the location's going to be. So if someone was coming from out of state or from different part of the state, they can stay at the hotel and still go to their classes every day. If it might be we'll also be offering weekend workshops, so they'll be able to stay in the hotel and come to the workshop on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an ongoing program that you would come several times.
You can, yes, absolutely. So there's going to be, that's why there's
I can't
a whole...
imagine it's going to be a one-shot deal where you come and take one yoga class and you're flexible for the rest of your life.
Right. It doesn't work that way, although we would like it to, but it doesn't work that way, right? So it's definitely something where you come back again and again. You can interact as little or as much as you want with other people. Sometimes people want to just get away from the family or take a little break, get away and have a retreat on their own and not feel like they have to, interact with other people. They can do that too. There'll be quiet space to do that.
So all this is going on, and you're working on and developing and getting everything going right now. You have a client base in mind? Is it the same people you deal with your other treatments?
Maybe. So like you mentioned, I am an intuitive medium and an energy healing practitioner. So yes, that's probably a lot of the people who will come to Apollo Sunrise Center. But because we're offering so many different things on a variety of different topics, there really isn't any, one category. It's basically for people who are curious, they're curious, they want to be maybe more self-aware, maybe take care of themselves a little better or learn how to take care of themselves a little better. It could also be for people who are lonely and want to reconnect with people since COVID, has affected so many people who are lonely and missing that human interaction and getting together with people, in addition to the horses and nature too, being in nature as well.
So I guess you can take a horse ride around and visit the local fauna and flora.
Right. So that will be a big part of it.
So when you get one of these classes, you portraying it as being like a half-a-day session. I can't imagine doing yoga for half a day. I've tried a couple of yoga classes and okay. I'm not that flexible, but anyway, I can imagine you can have a small session with somebody, last an hour, maybe two.
Right.
I'm having a problem getting my arms around how do you spend half a day there or a whole day there? Take a yoga class in the morning and have one therapy session in the afternoon. That's 2 hours. What are you doing for the rest of your time? What do you have in mind for that?
So there's, again, connection and community and nature. So let's say someone really wants to write their book, for example. They have this memoir they've been trying to write but just can't do it. So they might want to just bring their laptop, bring their computer, and instead of sitting in a noisy coffee shop, have a nice quiet space in nature with other people around, but they don't have to interact with them if they don't want to. They could spend their time quietly working on their book and writing their book. Then they can take a class, like you said, in yoga. That might be an hour and a half long. And then and bring their lunch, have something to eat, go out and pet a few horses, walk around the gardens a little while. So to really reconnect and then maybe join a group or take a class where people are talking about themselves and talking about their experiences that they might want to participate with.
So somebody's going to write a book, okay, and they come there with their laptop. Will they be getting some kind of guidance as to how to write the book? What should you be thinking about? What really sells? What really is a killer for the book?
Right.
Or will kill the book?
Right, right. Yes, that's why we have lots of different instructors. So we have, so I wrote a book as well, as we talked about in the last show. So I could, for example, teach a class on how to market your book, ways to get the word out. We have another instructor who wants to talk about how to structure your book if you're writing a novel, another one on how to do the research for your nonfiction book. So things like that. So that's the beauty of it, is having lots of instructors, lots of different talent and expertise and experience that are teaching these different classes so that you, the writer, can take a pick of what works for you.
So you got this laundry list of available classes.
Right.
When can somebody get their hands on it?
So right now we have categories that are on the website, on the apollosunrise.com website. So it's just general categories, but once we are closer to opening, then we're going to have the specific classes and the dates and times that they'll be offered, so people can be able to just go on the website, book their class, and then show up.
Yeah. Will they have the instructor listed also?
Yes.
Okay.
The instructor with all of their expertise and experience as well.
Yeah, the little biography to say
Right.
that you know what you're getting into.
Right.
Yeah. So this is all going to happen sometime in the near future if all goes according to plan.
Right.
And you're talking about a grand opening roughly?
I'm hoping this summer.
This summer, okay.
Yeah.
And close enough that we can get there by car, yeah.
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Like I said, northeastern area of Massachusetts. So.
Well, that gets to be the other issue of a lot of people don't necessarily have access to the
Right.
separate car
Right.
to take time off. And you start to wonder about, is there transportation available? Can you get close, kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, there will be. There will be transportation nearby, not directly to the location, but it's a good location because someone can, like we said, spend a half a day or spend a day there and not feel like they have to plan a big trip away from their family, away from the home, or away from their pets, where they have a lot of responsibilities and people just can't get away, and they don't have time to drive 3 hours each way to go out to the Berkshires, which some people do as well. So it's something local, close by, that's easy to get to.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're talking about a situation where somebody could drop in
Yes.
or schedule something as their needs develop. You're having a bad day and enough of this stuff, I'm going off to the
Right.
Apollo
Exactly.
and get a refresher in something or other, whatever seems to be bothering them.
Right.
So will it be possible to just do that, drop in
Absolutely.
and pick a class when you get there?
Yes, absolutely. So that's the idea behind it, is to have lots of different offerings every day and a variety of topics. So yeah, you might not know. You might just say, I need a day off, I need a break, I need to reconnect. I've been sitting in front of the computer screen for too long, and I need to get away from that. But I don't have time to spend a weekend away. I just want to go someplace close by. So you can just go and see what's offered, or look online ahead of time, either one, see what's offered, and go, yeah, I'll try that. I'm curious. I'm curious about this class. I want to learn about like sacred geometry, or developing your own intuition, or lots of different things. Healthy eating. Lots of different topics.
Well, let's go through the laundry list of what kind of things do you propose to have there. Is you're doing your own thing as being a intuitive guidance.
Right.
I assume you will be available to do your thing with
Right.
people who need that kind of support. it sounds a little confusing to me as what kind of things are really there. Can you get a little more specific about the kinds of instructors you've got lined up?
Sure. So first of all, for me, what I would, like you mentioned, I'll continue doing what I do is the intuitive healing work. So I work right now individuals, one-on-ones, and also some small groups. So I'll be expanding that into some more of the classes that I teach, like developing your intuition, how to trust your inner voice and your inner guidance, how to connect with angels and ascended masters, how to become more self-aware of your own energy. So that would be one thing. I'm also in the creative realm. I have a hobby of something similar to scrapbooking. It's called art journaling. So where you take lots of different types of stickers and stamps and washi tapes and you put it together to make pretty pages in a notebook. So I'm going to facilitate that as a group.
Okay.
So someone can come and just bring their small projects and work on that. They don't have to feel like they're taking a class in it. They can just come and participate. I have one person who wants to teach art yoga, so not just yoga, but also doing painting and art along with it for self-development and self-awareness. Again, a couple of instructors that want to teach writing, both creative writing and nonfiction writing. I have instructors that want to teach about the chakra energy system and how to keep yourself in alignment with your own energy. Reiki is a pretty popular healing modality. We have Reiki instructors. We will have also...
Reiki, that's manipulation with the hot rocks?
No, it's a little bit more of where the practitioner is the channeler of energy, and the energy comes through their hands and into the client.
Okay.
So they receive energy that way. So all kinds of modalities. Another thing that I will teach is sacred geometry. So it's about using the form of the universe and the format of the universe in our daily lives, like how to help our daily lives and how to get through our day by using the perfection in the order of the universe. So that's something I'll be doing as well. Yeah. And so just, a whole variety. Healthy, like I said, healthy eating, nutrition, healthy aging, all kinds of self-care. So lots of ideas, and probably more than I can even think of that other instructors will bring, bring with them.
So how many instructors are you talking about?
I mean, on a daily basis, we'll probably be offering like a half a dozen different options a day, but a number of instructors, I'm looking at over 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of different instructors.
Well, what else are they going to be teaching besides?
We also things like healthy relationships, how to have a healthy relationship, romantic relationship, things like just facilitating groups, maybe someone who wants to lead a group on recovery, from addiction or something, and they want to lead a support group. We can do that as well. In addition to the horse therapy, we also do have space for gardening. So someone who wants to teach about growing healthy food and flowers and things like that, we can do that. So the list is endless.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that gets to be a little bit confusing, that you got an endless list, you got a limited facility, you're not going to be able to take 40 people or 50 people all at once to do all 50 different things. So you're looking at a daily attendance of what, maybe 10, 15 people at most?
I would say a little more than that, probably more like 30. But yeah.
So you're talking to 30, so you're doing that, you've got classes of 5 or 10 taking yoga or something equivalent to it.
Right.
But the Reiki's going to be one-on-one.
Well, Reiki's taught in a group, so you can do. Yeah, you can teach it when you're teaching Reiki. You can, so that you're teaching other practitioners. You would teach that in a group.
Oh, you're teaching. Oh, this is a demonstration of how to do it.
Right.
Not so much application of it.
Yep. So if someone wanted to do that, they can do that too. At the facility, they can use a space. We'll have rooms available for rent, so they can rent the office space to use it to do one-to-one.
Yeah. So now you're raising the question of cost in this thing. Mm-hmm. What kind of money are we talking about if somebody wants to show up for the day. Obviously, it's not going to be free.
Yeah, it's not going to be free, but every class will be priced differently. So a typical yoga class, for someone just walking in off the street without a membership that you would typically go to a studio is usually around $18 a class. So that's typical. We would do that. Groups, if it's not if it's more of a facilitated group and not an actual educational class, that usually can run around the $20 range.
Yeah.
And then something that gets into more instruction, if it's like a certification, then you're talking, more money because you would get a certification after it. But classes can range anywhere from $45 to $65.
Oh, wow.
And you learn something.
Yeah. And you get a certificate when you're finished.
Right. The certificate might be longer and might cost more depending on the
may take more than one class
credentials.
too.
Exactly. Right.
Kind of thing. So this is something you could set up that you come every Thursday and take another lesson or another class, and after 6 Thursdays you get a certificate that you are
Exactly.
a bona fide treatment specialist of something or other.
Right.
So you started to mention about having a membership. Do you have a membership, or are you talking about somebody has a membership in like the Y or?
Yeah, that was more of what I was referring to. I think to begin with, I'm not going to do specifically a membership program. It might be more like a points system, similar to some stores where your dollars are actually reflected in points, and then when you earn a certain number of points, then you get like credits or bonuses and benefits. So it would probably be more of a point system than a membership, but that's another option as well.
So somebody comes in and says, okay, I want to take a class in yoga.
Mm-hmm.
They put the $20 bill on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and they go off to the class. And they get so many points for taking that class.
Right.
And after a couple of months of coming in every couple of weeks, they've accumulated a bunch of points, as well as having spent maybe $100.
Right.
What do they do with the points? What does that do for them?
Well, it could be anything from a credit to a future class or
So you
a
get a
future
free
event.
class out of
You can
it?
get a free class out of
Okay.
it. We'll also have a small gift shop. They can use it as a credit in the gift shop. There's lots of different things or events. We're also going to have some special events, some special things that where for example, one of the things we're going to do is something for local authors. So we would have like a local author day where all the authors from the area will come and talk about their books and their writing. So maybe the credit would go towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're getting into this program, and it's an extensive thing. There's lots of different variations on it.
Right.
And it's going to start this summer, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that time we would like to see you come back and tell us what really happened.
Well, thank you.
It sounds extremely ambitious and very, very broad. A lot of things he was talking about, from the horse therapy
Right.
through to Reiki.
Mm-hmm.
Reiki, I probably pronouncing it wrong.
It's okay.
And it sounds like, it'd be nice to get all of these things going, but at the same time, reality is going to catch up of, can you really all make this happen? Is it really going to happen all this way or not? So, I think it'd be nice to come back and
Yeah, great.
give us a play-by-play of what really happened and where do you go from here?
Yeah, well, I certainly can't do it all myself, so
No.
I am open to working. I have a great team of people already to work with, and we're open up to more people to work with as well in the future that want to get involved in all different ways.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you notice her credits come up, and also her contact information keeps periodically showing up. So
Right.
really what you're soliciting is that if somebody has a program that they want to offer,
Right.
you're going to offer them space and time and opportunity to do it at a particular location.
Correct. Right.
So it's more than just you and the few people that you've contacted so far. Not only can you sign up to come to a class, you can sign up to teach a class.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. That's why we're open to lots of different topics and classes and workshops and retreats.
So
Yes.
this is a process in process, yeah.
Yes.
And so, well, thank you very much for joining us
Oh.
this evening, and we wish you luck with your
Right.
program.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us this evening. And as I indicate after every show, my email address is after the credits. Send me a comment, plus, minus, negative, whatever you think of. And if you want space at the table, we can make that happen too. And thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.